RTO here. We've had a nice weekend, nice weather, and you come to record on a Monday and it's back to the doom and gloom. So lights on, not very warm, horrible. Anyway, today we have got the next part of the Bob Dylan story, and we're going to look at the albums of the 1990s. Now, he only released 4 in the 1990s, and this is one decade of Bob Dylan that I really struggled with. It's never been my favourite period for lots of reasons. This was quite a struggle, to be quite honest. But hey ho. So we'll have a crack at the 1990s of Bob Dylan. So coming in at number 4, we have the second album of the decade. It was released on the 26th of October 1993, and it's called World Gone Wrong. It's actually his 29th album overall, and it's just Bob playing the guitar and on the harmonica. So the first track is called World Gone Wrong. Now, I don't like slagging people off about their voices, but this is rough as they come. Yeah, I'm not the best singer in the world, but even I might be able to hit some notes more than him. It's a terrible song. I really don't like it. Okay, the second song is Love Henry. The only thing I like about this that is the guitar playing. Then we have Ragged and Dirty. Now, this is a Willie Brown number. I would say it's the best one on the album. It's the best of a bad batch. His guitar playing is lovely, but when he starts singing, you know, it's like a Hoover that's struggling to suck up the dust. Blood on My Eyes. It's all over the place. It's too long. Doesn't do nothing for me. Then he does a Blind Willie McTell number called Broken Down Engine. Once again, the pitch is wrong, and it does break my heart to hear Bob singing like this. It just doesn't sound like Bob Dylan one little bit. Then we've got Delilah, which is far too long. There's 1-2 little bits here that are okay, but once again, it's very poor. Stacker Lee. Sounds so flat. Sounds like a karaoke singer. It really does. Two Soldiers. It's a bit long, but the vocal does sound a little bit better on this one. Jackaroo. It's so nasal. Doesn't sound right. And then Lone Pilgrim. Not very good. Didn't listen to it. Last track on the album. Unfortunately, on this album, Bob Dylan's voice is shot to hell. It just doesn't sound like him. It's really all over the place. It's a shame. I just didn't get on with this album. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 2 out of 10. Okay, then coming in at number 3, we have the third album from the 90s, released in 92, and it's Good As I've Been to You. Once again, it's Bob just on his guitar and harmonica. First track on this one is Frankie and Albert. It doesn't seem that a year later his voice would really be totally different to this. This one isn't too bad. I don't mind this track. It's about the right length as well. Then we have Jim Jones. Once again, it's okay. There's a few little flat notes in it, but it is listenable. Then we have Blackjack Davy. Now this is really nasal. First of what I call the nasal, it doesn't sound like, it sounds like he's got a real bad cold and shouldn't be singing. Next is Candy I.O. A little bit nasally, but you can sort of listen to this one. Then we have Sitting on Top of the World. He just couldn't hit any high notes. But when this, it's not a bad blues version. It's a cover, but it's, yeah. Little Maggie, it's okay in places. He does get it right now and again on that one. Hard Times, not the best track on the album. Step Up and Go. This is again the best of the worst on here. Tomorrow's Night. The voice doesn't sound too bad on that one either. Arthur McBride. Now this track, he changes the pitch 3 times. It's all over the place. You're Gonna Quit Me. Not too bad. The singing's not too bad on that. Diamond Joe. Another half decent track. Lovely guitar. Like most of this, the guitar sounds good. And then the worst version of Froggy Went a Courting that I've ever heard. Yeah, the voice on this isn't too bad in some places, but it did start going downhill on this album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 4 out of 10. Okay, coming in number 2, we have his last album of the 90s, released in 1997, and it's called Time Out of Mind. It's the 30th album that he released. Lovesick is the first track. It's amazing. Takes a rest. The voice sounds a lot better on this one. His voice has improved since 1993, and I don't mind this track at all. It sounds really like proper Bob Dylan. It helps me that he may have a band on this with lots of people playing on this. Then we have Dirt Road Blues. Not too bad. I reckon there's a bit of auto pitch on here, but it does sound a lot better. Standing in the Doorway, not too bad. One of the better vocals on the album. It is a long track, but it's okay. A Million Miles, very listenable. I do like the keyboards on this one though. Then my favourite track on here is called Till I Fell in Love with You. I think this is the best vocal on the album. There's some good guitar work on it. It's a good all-round track, that is. Not dark yet, not too bad. Nice tune, nice melody. Isn't too bad. Cold Islands Bound, good track. His voice has got a lot better, as I said. Very good. Make You Feel My Love, nice, strong vocal. Can't Wait though is very nasal. Highlands. This is near enough a talking sort of singing. It's not too bad to end the album. Yeah, this is not the best album, but at least the vocals are a lot stronger. He's had a rest, looks like, and yeah, it's not too bad. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 6 out of 10. But the number 1 album of the 90s for me is his first one of the decade. It was released in 1990 and it's called Under the Red Sky. First track on here is a little thing called Wiggle Wiggle. Good track, good little rocker, and a nice vocal from Bob. Very, very good. Under the Red Sky, the title track, really nice tune. Got some nice guitar on that. Unbelievable comes up. There's a little bit of straining on here, but it's not noticeable unless you're listening for it. Born in a Time, a nice little country song, some nice guitar work on the vocal is pretty strong as well. TV talking song, good track, one of my favourites on here. Solid track, actually, that one is. Then we have 10,000 Men, a little boogie track from Bob Dylan here, nice guitar work as well. Then we have 2x2, another really nice song, I do like that one. God Knows, great guitar here from Bob, and another strong vocal on that one. It's a nice tune. Then we got Handy Dandy, very good track, nice vocal, nice arrangement. And my favourite track is the last track, Cats in the Well. I just love the guitar album on here, and it is Bob's best vocal on this album. Definitely the best one of the 90s, the first one. Bob's voice on this is pretty good in 1990, and it went downhill there. And I always say this is probably the last of the real good Bob Dylan albums. So I'm going to give it an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, not a good decade for Bob, but we've got next week. We'll look at the 2000s, see what his voice sounds like in the new millennium. Okay, coming up next in this dark and dingy day is A Perfect Side, and this is one of my choices. I've gone for those 3 boys from Texas and their great album Tres Hombre, and of course it was ZZ Top. So join me for that. Bye for now.